Good evening, everybody, and welcome along once again to Inside Line Racing. This is Season 5, Round 2 from the Shanghai International Circuit in China. We saw the 1000th F1 race hosted here not too long ago. Not quite the race we were hoping for, so let's hope that ILR2 can provide the action that we so desperately wanted then. Joining me in the comment box today is not Owen Wyatt. He's currently being a traitor and he's gone off and done ILR3. If you want to support him, I don't encourage you, but he is currently streaming as well. But I'm joined by another friend in the comments box. Last time we had him was Russia ILR2. It's Evil Dragon. Welcome to the box.
Hey guys, not Owen Wyatt boy here, and I'm back in the box for an ILR race on F1. It's been a while. We're in beautiful Shanghai. It's sunny. Is it going to rain? Who knows? Well, so you've known this season so far. Take me through it, because I haven't been watching too much.
Well, Australia was a decent race. I've just seen enough unsafe release from the McLaren team. That was interesting. But we had Gamer Paco taking the win last time out, carrying on his form from the previous season. He's done very, very well. He dominated in the last half of the season, and he's carried that through to Australia. We had a really good race, and I think we saw the safety car appear, from what I remember. And in ILR1, if you were watching it earlier, full wet race, the safety car appeared in the last 5 laps, which made things really interesting. But unlike last week, we've got a full grid this week, so it should make for some interesting racing indeed. Let's try and find the tire compounds today will be the ultra soft, super soft, and medium. I think we're skipping a compound here, which is always interesting. Should make for some interesting strategy. So, Eva, what's your opinion on this circuit? Do you circuit, or is it one of those ones that you're terrible at?
Well, I'm never good at this game, but I do love this circuit. In previous games, I was used to be really quick, but it's fun. We'll see what happens. The last couple of corners, easy to spin those rears up, especially into the last corner. We've seen Giovinazzi crash there. I think it was 2017, I think it was, when he went off there in the Sauber when he was replacing. I think it was Ericsson or something.
No, Pascal Wehrlein. Because if
with Wehrlein.
Yeah, remember he had that big crash at the Race of Champions and he kind of done his neck a little bit. But our pole sitter from last time out, Jake, it was Neo who took pole position last time out, but then proceeded to crash on lap 2 at the fast chicane. So let's see if he can redeem himself today, because that was kind of the turn which gifted Paco the win. We had the 5 in within a couple of seconds in the early part of the race, but Neo crashing kind of gifted Paco to run away with the race. The guys battled behind, so let's see if he can bounce from that. But Jake Tex in his debut in ILR2 managed to get himself a front row start. I can hear myself, so that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, your mic's lagging really badly, by the way. I just noticed that just then on the stream, but that's not good. Either way, it's fine. Well, Gamer Paco's just gone P1 in the good old Renault, and let's see, we've got Mercedes and the Red Bull. We've got the Ferrari in 3rd. We've got Ozone in 4th. McBottle McGee in P5 in the lead Mercedes. We've got Nike Houston. I'm pronouncing all these names wrong, but it's fine. We've got the McLaren of good old Riss in P7. We've got Spaghetti in P8. Good old see some spaghetti on the circuit. Will Murdoch, good to see him back again in good old the Haas. We got a Williams in the gravel. That's pretty accurate scenes there to real life. What is Mr. Ollie doing?
Well, he appears to be demolishing a sign there. But let's keep an eye. If you are wondering who, I know you're wondering who the Ferrari in 3rd is. That's Tom, our season 3 champion from ILR2. I don't know why he's got his name set as that, but we digress.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
But basically, it translates to LMC is dead. So, oh dear. So that's not what we'd like to see. It's not what we like to see at all.
Not good at all. Well, looking at a few cars coming into the pit lane, we've seen. Luckily, they haven't got gravel in the pit lane anymore, because that's a safety concern. Gravel in pit lane, you get stuck in that, you know. Talking about getting stuck, let's have a look at a McLaren, shall we? And it's Dutch Tricks who's currently coming through the long left-right complex of corners down into the towards sector 3 and chuck it in here. It's difficult this section of the circuit, especially in the rain. Getting wide there, he will spin off very easily. He seems to back off his lap time. The netting, I think that's one of the alphas through. That must be, is it Plex? I think it is Plex coming through. Yes, it is. Down into this, what I used to think was a massive grandstand was going to be, but no, it's a sponsorship sign. Could have had a perfect opportunity for a grandstand there, don't you think?
Well, I think that's the stupidest thing they ever decided to do. It's perfect. Imagine the views you would get as well with the long right-hander all the way down the straight. Be very interesting. So,
big advertising board.
Interesting to see Matt Tibos currently quick. It's good to see him up the leaderboard. He was ILR1 last year. He's gone even quicker again with a good lap on the Everybody's setting the time on the medium tyres as well, so bit of a shake-up.
Yeah, Plex comes in the pit lane and goes straight on into where I was saying there was a gravel track and then spins in the pit lane nearly. That's not very smart to do in qualifying, crash it there, but luckily gets away with it this time. Who else on a lap? I think we have LMC is dead on a lap right now. He's coming through the last couple of corners into the left-hander. Is he going to continue? He is going to continue. That's what it can be then. Should put him up in the top 5 if he can round this lap up. And he goes P7 there. Improves by quite a bit of time on the medium compound. Who else on the lap? We've got a Mercedes coming through the last corner. He's on a good lap right now. The last sector was up and he comes in. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Jake just went across the line, didn't improve. And I was just seeing Tom actually ran out of ERS through the last corner. That's probably why he dropped a lot of time. So he probably was going to get inside the top 5, as he said. Flynn, I think that was one of the Force Indies popping into 4th place. Flynn, I think, went in there. Yeah.
Toro Rosso of Nick goes up to P7 there, ahead of his teammates. Toro Rosso P7 and 8. Onyx in P6 right now. Mega Bottle in P5. Flynn finisher in P4, and let's hope he can finish the session a little bit higher than that, because Giver Paco in P3, Neo in P2, and Tibos currently doing a brilliant job in the Ferrari. He leads the field so far in qualification with some 9 minutes to go, just under 10, so long qualifying still. I forget how long qualifying really is on this game. It's a lot longer than it used to be.
I think that's always better though, because the last game he didn't have enough time. It was about, I think, a 12-minute session in total in the last game. They moved it up to the 18 minutes. So now we're seeing some guys making some appearances. I've not seen anybody out on the Ultrasofts, and I'm really intrigued.
Well, you say that. Spaghetti's on the Ultrasofts, I believe, right now. So is Murdoch.
No, he's not. He's on the mediums.
Nah, so graphical glitch there. That's not good. So
yeah, no, I think what you're seeing there is the graphic takes the tyre that they set their best lap on. So
no, they're on the Ultras for me.
Yeah, no, but he said a lap on the Ultrasofts. So I would assume that's why he's like that. But let's see where Lenny can go. The ILR3 champion from last season. If he can get himself further up the grid, he did quite well last time out with a nice. I think he finished 5th or 6th. He did very, very well to get some points in there. And I don't think I can't see. Oh, I can actually. The season 3 ILR3 champion is also here. So we've got multiple champions in here. 3 previous champions in the tier. I think it's the first time that's happened in ILR. I don't think we've had 3 champions in the one tier, which is really interesting.
Indeed, further down the field, by the way, we're looking at we've got Jay, Goody, and Fundy and Plex all still to set that time. They're leaving it. That's relatively late. You've got half the session, well, just under half to go of the session, but they're leaving it late. Goody currently on the lap right now, so we'll see what he can do driving the ILRT colours and the ILRT, basically the ILRT car, because it's the same colour as well, black and yellow. A very iconic colour scheme, shall I say. Down on the brakes, through into the last couple of corners. You want to be careful here. Locking those rears, it can be easy. You can see the car squirming on the exit into the last corner. Let's see what the Renault can do. Can Goody get himself up the field? Should put him probably around about 8th or 9th. Goes 10th. Only one off well I predicted, so good lap either way. Let's see who else on a lap around the circuit. Pretty much everyone else on or just coming in the pit lane. We've got Flynn coming through the last corners. Is he on a lap? Looks like he is. Into the last corner. Here comes Flynn. Looks decent. Let's see where he can go. Can he get up the front? He does go up to P3. improves, but not by enough. 7 minutes to go in qualifying. Who else is on a lap into the last couple of corners? We got Murdoch coming through sector 2.
Jacotex, keep an eye on him. He was a front row starter last time. Let's see what he can do. Comes through the last corner. Can he get that Red Bull any further up than he already has? He comes across the line. He goes 4th fastest. So he's there. There's a Force India coming around the last corner. That's Lenny. He comes across the line, goes 11th, just outside the points. Exactly where he started last time. What about Plexit? Is he anywhere on the circuit? He's warming his tyres up. Yeah, he's warming his tyres up.
He was on lap. He was incredibly fast in the first sector, but he's backed off of it again. So some 2/10 up on, presumably that'll be on the pole time because he hasn't set a time yet. So he was incredibly fast, had to back out it seems. So he'll be going for one more lap then, and he'll probably come back in if he doesn't lose the rear into the last corner. Let's go on board with Plex, who actually does set a lap time, I suppose. He's ahead of Ollie, who's rather being a Williams in the Williams, being some many seconds off the pace. It's 9. I think the 107% wall might not link that.
I did notice that there we did kind of missed it, but Onyx went P2 across the line. He's a 131.6, but still Matt Tibos currently out in the lead. He's come back out on the soft tyres, so he's trying something new.
Indeed, so let's see what they can do. They're on the mediums. Maybe they're now deciding to change for the softs. They know their medium tyre is most likely to be the optimal tyre for the race. Expect them probably probably about lap 14, I suppose, on these tyres. We've got, like you said, Ozone on the softs. A few of them now jumping out of the softs. Mercedes on the softs. They're all chucking him out now, so on the softs. And we have the first ultra soft runner, and that there of the Toro Rosso of Drop Z, as he comes through the last corner to begin his lap. So we'll be exciting to see soon. We've got a few cars setting quick lap times now, a few drivers setting to new tyres, and this is going to most likely make a concertina effect, and they're all going to come in.
Yeah, by the looks of things, Plex is about to finish his lap. He's coming down to the last hairpin. It's really tricky to get that that braking zone correct, and it's not a corner that you want your wheels to come off, as Sebastian Buemi found out. But he comes through the last corner now. Plex, where is he going to put this Alpha? He comes across the line and he goes no quicker. Only 18th fastest, so not great from him there. And Neo's back out on the softs. Yeah, loads out on the softs now.
Yeah, everyone's on the soft bar. One on the ultra soft tyre, that level of Droppy G. And let's see what he can do. Coming through a turn, I think that's 7 and 8 if I'm not mistaken, into the little tricky double left-hander. What's the car? What's the throttle? This corner is deceiving in some conditions. Luckily in the dry, not as hard as in the wet. Into the last corners before this incredibly long straight. It was for quite some time the longest straight in Formula 1 up until, I believe, Baku stole it. Yeah, with its not so straight. But either way, down he comes. Look on the grass on the left, look on the grass on the right. They get a beautiful view of Toro Rosso coming down here. Hopefully the tyres don't fly off either side. Seems like he's got away with it. Down on the brakes, chuck it into the last couple of corners. Here we come. That last corner, he was really smooth there. Easy on the power through the last corner. This should put him most likely up. He's come in.
Of course he has.
So of course he was well up there. We would have, if he finished lap, should put him easily quite high, but he's bailed out of it in the end.
Yeah. We're about to see some flying laps from the guys on the softs. Just seen Jay come down the last corner. Neo and Matt Tibos is just ahead. Actually, Matt Tibos has come straight back into the pits. So maybe he's he's making those tires a scrub set to have some extra grip when he comes across. When he comes across there, Joachim went P2 there. This man had an immense Grand Prix last time out. He came from the back of to a podium and almost won the race thanks to the safety car. But let's see if he can repeat that. But he's only 100th of a second behind Tibos.
Yeah, I was about to say, really close, but I feel that pole lap might be shattered as here comes Nair. He's up by 5/10 into the second sector. If he can fill this, he'll go pole. He does go pole by over 1 second nearly.
That's about half a second, 6/7. That's so that there's quite a deficit with the soft tire. Now, can Matt Tibos, can he get himself out? Because that Mercedes 131.2. That was an immense lap from Neo, 130.8. But Tibos, is he going to get out in time? He's going to have to get his act in gear. He's going to have to be coming out right about now to have any chance.
He's got about 30 seconds if Tilly wants to get out. There is a Ferrari coming out the pit, so I believe that is him. Yeah, it is him, so he's got it out in time. One of the other cars has hit the wall in the pit lane nearly, lads, so a bit close in the pit. Then we've got a Red Bull, that's Mercedes getting out of the way of absolutely everyone there.
Right,
so
Jake.
They're all tripping over each other nearly.
Let's watch Jake, he's finishing his lap. Where can McBottle go? He comes to the line. Where does he go with this lap? He goes second fastest. It's the Mercedes 1-2 currently. 2/10 behind Neil.
Indeed, who else can set a lap time? And who else on a good lap? Spaghetti's on a good lap right now in the first couple of corners. He looked like he got rather hooked, but look at the traffic soup up ahead.
Yeah, we got the Renault, the two Ferraris. He's got to negotiate these guys. He's going to get past Paco, who's not having a great qualifying today, it must be said. But he's back out on the softs to see what he can do. Pretty much everybody is out on circuit. We've got 20 cars on circuit in qualifying. That's ready on a hot lap.
Yeah, this could get a bit tricky for some of the drivers, especially if you're on a quick lap right now down the back straight. It's going to be awful for them to come through. We've got the likes of Dutch Tricks, who's on an out lap. Everyone, it's really going to be the last man on circuit. It's going to be the one who's likely to go up on pole. Yellow flags flying in the last sector. Ollie on a lap right now. He does improve ever so slightly, but still some 8 seconds off of the pole time and almost 10. Sorry, it's actually off pole. 8 off the car nearest to him. That is of the McLaren.
Yeah, there's so much traffic in the last sector. It's whether you're seeing constant yellow flags flying around this circuit as people try to find space. Oh, Dutch Tricks almost bins it in a straight line.
Yeah,
interesting.
they're pushing it. They're being a bit careless as well. They don't want to do this.
Tom P3, 131.20. Let's see if he can get himself any further up than that, but he's currently quicker than his teammate. But Matt Tibos on a lap right now, and he's on the course for his best qualifying of the season, but it's currently a Mercedes 1-2, and it looks like Jake's broken the car, engine's gone, he stopped on the side of the road. That's going to be the last we see of the Mercedes today, so it's anybody behind that can challenge. Goody's P7, he's doing quite well. I don't know how we're going to keep up with all this, honestly.
Well, Tibos has got a bit of traffic and that's of his teammate as well. Hitting the last corner, here comes the Alfa Romeo there of Fudaid. Let's see what he can do. That's a good last corner. That should put him up into P3.
Ooh.
Does do P3. That's an incredibly good lap for him then. Up to the third position on the grid, the second row. Who else on
Onyx.
a lap? We've got a dropping Onyx coming through the last corners.
Onyx, P5. Now who else have we got?
Droppy coming through the last corner. Has got one other car coming through the last corner as well. So let's see what the Toro Rosso can do. Let's see, coming to the last corner. That should put him probably about P9. Actually, up to P4. So good lap for him. Now let's see Moreto, Thibaut. What can they do? They're way down.
Flynn Pole, 130.689. He displaces Neo. Now, what can Tibos do? The two Ferraris are coming through the last corner now. What about Tom? Will he be the first one to come across the line?
He's down.
Is he down? He comes across the line. Yeah, he doesn't improve. What about Matt Tibos? He's down to P10. He comes across the line. P3 for the Ferrari. Anybody else? Can they challenge? Jake Tex, the front row starter from last time. Paco's only 14th on the grid.
10th up is the Red Bull there of J-Tex. If he can get this last corner, it'll be very good for him to be up on the front row. Let's see. Come to life. Can he get pole? Yeah, I don't think he did. I think it's P3. It is only P3. Lost a tiny bit of time to the last corner, but incredibly close between those three. And fantastic.
Brilliant qualifying and a brand new pole sitter for ILR. I think it's his first ever one, Flynn finisher. Congratulations to him, but let's look at how close this was. Flynn finisher takes pole position from Neo in the Mercedes by 1/10 of a second. Then we have Jake Tex P3, Matt Tibos with his best qualifying in P4, Will Murdoch managed P5 there, Jake in P6, Funaid in P7, Dropye in P8, Tom in P9 and Onyx in P10. Then we have Zenner Mercedes, Dutch Tricks, Joachim, Goody, Nick, Paco, Spaghetti, or Lenny, Rishant, Plexit and Ollie. The 17 cars separated by exactly 1 second.
Indeed, incredible. I don't know who's going to manage to win this race. It'll be interesting to see the strategy. They're all on very alternating strategies, but anything can happen. Now we believe light rain in ILR3, so let's see what ILR2 can do.
Dun, 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 dun. It's time to reveal the weather for the Chinese Grand Prix. It's lovely and dry. It's lovely and dry.
Gonna have a nice dry session today, so this could be fun. I'm expecting drivers on all these different strategies. So we'll see some pitting very early on, probably in about like 6 to 7 range. Some probably pitting around that 10. Those medium drivers probably around about that 14, I imagine, to that 17. So it'll be exciting to see what they can do. It's a difficult turn one, so especially in league racing. You've seen Crash say before. Are we going to see more melee down to turn one?
Well, it's if there's any corner that's gonna have chaos, it's turn one in China because of the nature of it. I don't think we saw any horrific accidents here last season. Like, my memory's failing me, but I don't think we did. But let's see what happens here, as we have pretty much everyone in the top 10 on the soft tires, and pretty much everybody else on the soft tires, apart from 3 or 4 drivers on the medium tires. So they'll come into play later on in the race.
Indeed. Well, excitement brewing. I feel so. Neo, who's currently P2 right now, he's going to have an opportunity into turn one. The outside line, which I believe he starts on, is very ideal around this circuit. We've seen overtakes before. The outside line tends to be the ideal line to turn one because of the nature, but the inside turn two, if Flynn can hold it, he should be stable into turn two. But then we've got turn three, which is again a left-hander, so anything will happen. What's out for P3 as well on the grid if he gets a mega start, as well as Matt Tibbos. Like we said in real life, I think one of the Ferraris, I think it was Vettel or Leclerc, got an immense start in real life on the second row. So that tends to be a good grip. But down the field, by the way, Ollie didn't get a lap in the end. He was way off the pace, so I expect him to come through the field in some way. Paco as well. You've got so many cars, the Renault's well down the order where we expect them to be, especially for the championship leader, if I'm not mistaken, or Paco. He's going to have a lot of work to do.
Indeed he does, but last week we did see a Williams come from the back of the field to almost win, so it's not like it's impossible. But yeah, as you said, it is currently Paco who leads the championship after his win last time in Australia. So of course it is a shortened season this season, as we see one of the Ferraris doing a Kimi Räikkönen not weaving.
Yeah. Yeah, I just noticed that. It looks rather... Oh, there we go. Everyone, we've got a Williams off in the background.
Oh dear.
No!
Neo's in the wall.
And melee, and everyone's been killed. And I was about to say no disqualifications. Well, there's 2 of them. And well done to Flynn there on not dying. And, well, oh dear. That's not gone well.
Well, take it away, Evil. Let's have a Chinese Grand Prix to remember.
Now, well, 3 cars on the grid so far. We've still got Flynn to come through. Your pole man on the left side of the grid. Like I said, not the ideal line. The right can be good. Jay as well. If he gets a good start, he'll fly. Look at the Mercedes on the, by the way, pointing inwards towards Flynn. Flynn pointing rather outwards on the grid, so not ideal. So he's going to go to the other side. We've got the last couple of cars. I think the Williams joining the grid. The Alpha as well. And then we'll have 5 lights ahead of the drivers. And here we are then. Here in China, the yellows are raving, but we are ready with 5 red shiny lights here in Shanghai. And who's it going to be? Lights out and away we go. They're on for an age, but it's a good start from Flynn, a good start from Neo as well. As it comes down towards turn 1, who's got the jump? I think it's Flynn down to turn number 1. 4 wide in the background, but I think everyone cleared away through turn number 1 then. Up the inside goes Tibbos, trying into turn 2 then. As they chuck it down into the left-handers, so far so clean. Round the outside goes Tibbos, brave to try around the outside there, and already Flynn starting to fly around. Oh, his contact in the Red Bull. It's all gone wrong in the background. There's major problems for Jay, and that, unfortunately, it's contact. We've got more contact in the background. There's the Hasses, I think, run into each other as well. But Flynn away fine. Then the Ferrari, Williams, by the way, down the back. I think that's gone off as well. So Mascon is down the back. Mercedes running P3 and 5, and out of nowhere has come that Alfa Romeo.
Indeed it was. That was a pretty chaotic start, just banging tires, and Neo and Jake attacks is one of the that was one of the Mercedes gone really wide there, but Will has made a great start. So let's have a look at who your biggest movers are after that. A crazy first lap, as I get all my things wrong. We have, yeah, it's Will, looks like Funade positions, Ozone, Yakima 4, Lenny's made a good start from towards the back grid, but everybody is now fanning out down the back straight. You can see them all in shot as one of the Haas's goes defensive versus Droppier. So Will's defending from the Toro Rosso, who's trying to come around the outside of the hairpin, which is too difficult. He's been hit in the back by Onyx as he tries to make a dive on him. That's trying to see in the background anybody getting through. Got to force Indy off the road. 1, 2, 3 cars
off. Red Bull as well. As a Red Bull lock-up. One of the Renaults went into the wall. They're all getting a bit close. Off the road there goes one of the Toro Rosso.
They're 3 abreast almost. They're 3 abreast.
Down the straight. This is getting a bit personal.
Instead of Mercedes trying to sneak it up the inside, but we got the outside. Paco's getting involved. He's had a terrible old start down there in the Renault.
Caught out. Yeah, he got caught out, he got collected. I think he almost went off the road, especially down the first couple of corners. Terrible stop for him. I think he had to back off due to the other Red Bull going off. Got another car, yellow, flying. I think that might be one of the Alphas. It is.
Yeah, and
Plex off. Onyx in.
Yeah, that was him who went into the back of his teammate in turn number 2. It was a bit of a lock-up. He went straight into the back of Will. But your current lineup after 1.5, I have to say, that's him in the second retirement. But it's currently Flynn from Matt Tibos, from Neo, from Funaid, Jake from Will, from Jopie, from Joachim, from Tom, and Dutch Tricks. 2 retirements, but now we have them all in a nice little line. And all they're for now is the DRS to get enabled.
Yeah, so I think that Plex has just retired the car there out of spite, but 1.1 second lead, so he's broken the DRS. Flynn, is he going to try and make a bold strategy here? We got Neo and Tibbles. We know how powerful the DRS down that back straight is.
Oh, funny. So he's gone straight on at the... He's just completely missed his braking point there on in the hairpin. He's got completely off the road. So that interesting. And he's got a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting, which I think is a little bit harsh because I think he just went off the road and used the runoff. Interestingly, Neo fast lap of the race and DRS is enabled, and he's harrying the back of the Ferrari. He loses the back end as he tries to find a way through, but Neo's looking fairly strong right now.
Yeah, you've got to look at Flynn. He's doing the best he can do in the current situation. Further down the field, we got kind of all the cars spreading out. We've got Murdoch now after his bit of a weird moment earlier on. He's battling with Moredo then down into the braking zone. Let's see. Got the McLaren just sitting behind him. Dutch Tricks. Let's see what he can pull then. One trick pony, you might say. Some of these drivers, that anything can happen. Some guys closing up a little bit, but Neo struggled off that start swoop. He really couldn't get that car going.
Yeah, and Matt Tibos took full advantage to gain 2 off the line. So now Tibos is right in the DRS detection. The DRS detection is just this line that you'll see at the top of the corner here, and there it is. So he will DRS. Just let him close up a little bit. We'll keep an eye behind because there's a lot of cars that are really close together. It should make for an interesting DRS train we're going to see.
Yeah. Now, it's rather unfortunate. They're all going to get DRS on each other. The Ferrari has it. The Mercedes did, by the way, just about on him. So you can just see everyone closing up. The background, you see McBottle trying to make a lunge there on the Alpha. Can't do it. I think, though, Jochen does make a dive.
No, Will actually made the dummy. He sold the dummy on Tom and it worked out. He went to the outside, pulled back to the inside and caught Tom off guard and went straight up the inside of him with a hairpin. Lovely job. And he might get
indeed. Now,
tricks.
Yeah, Dutch Tricks, the Renault behind as well. We've got 3 cars battling away. Renault struggling in this race. Jochen now on the attack and Droppy now back down the field as well. Will Dutch Tricks up the inside. There goes the Ferrari. Can he squeeze past on the better tyres on the soft lead? The mediums should get the traction on the exit, but the McLaren saying absolutely none of it. Up the inside he'll go. He'll keep the inside line. Look for the Renault as well. Nothing he can do, but a contact there as they run side by side on the exit. Squeeze each other wide. This is a corner that's difficult to go around the outside. I think he has to back off then as LMC, so can't do it.
Good, he's just kind of in all the action. All he's hoping for is for one of them to hit each other. But he's also got the Toro Rosso of Nick behind them, Rishant's in there too, Paco's there, and also Zenna Mercedes trying to close in. I think Paco's trying to make a move on one. McLaren to moved out to make a move. But yeah, a massive train right here for this will be 8th place.
I mean, what? The top 3, rather than running away with it really right now. They've got over 2 seconds the car behind.
Jake making a move on foot for 4th place up the inside of the hairpin. Can he get it stopped? I think he can. Full might try and get the cut back in the Alpha, but just can't get the traction. With the wheel spin off that corner, and he completely misses his braking point, goes wide. That might handle a small opportunity to Joachim to close into him. And you can see, look at Trey behind.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them all deciding that the last corner doesn't exist for them. You can see that Game of Packer now down to 13th. I think he's just made a move, possibly just then. So he's starting to come through ever so slightly. There has been a contact. I think that was Mercedes and Risk colliding a little bit. Top 3, like I was implying, they're just pulling away from everyone right now because they're not battling. Everyone else is, but now they've got Bottle closing up a little bit. Then we've got the Alpha dropping back. Jochen.
Yeah, and Matt Tibos, he's starting to put some pressure on Flynn, I think. Also behind him, so we've got a nice little three-way fight for the lead at the Chinese Grand Prix, which is always exactly what we had last time in Australia.
Rather surprised at the pace these drivers have got so far. It's starting to spread out a little bit, especially 8th upwards spread out. Then we got 8th downwards, and it's just lots of cars all separated. I think that's at least maybe 9, 8 of them.
Yeah.
Onyx down the back. Of course, he had to pit earlier on. Here we go. Let's have a look on board Jochen as he comes down the straight.
Yeah, look at the braking. Oh, almost went straight into the back of the Alpha there, did Joachim, with his braking. That's Nick trying to fight with Goody. I think that's Goody up the inside of him, and he does get past, and Neo sets the fastest lap of the race. As now, they're both within DRS of our race leader. This is going to get interesting.
Well, you've got to imagine right now the Ferrari v Mercedes battle. We got the Racing Point, say, in the lead of this race so far. They're closing up from back. They're opening up ever so slightly. They've actually opened up almost another half a second, so they're flying away at this rate. We'll see them probably about 12-13 seconds before we get to the first round of pit stops, which should be coming in ideally probably about 4 to 6 laps time. I expect them to come in. Anyone else further down the field making a move? Don't think so. So we'll keep eye on the leaders. Tibos right now, he's in the prime opportunity. If he can manage to get close enough, he can pull alongside, and then not really any place that Neo can go. But we've seen 3 wide moments in the Chinese Grand Prix before down that long straight. We saw earlier on in the race they were battling heart and heart between each other. But let's see, down the straight, bit wide, but Tibos there getting a good exit. Flynn already covers the inside. He's breaking that toe as quick as he can. Behind them there, as the DRS now opens, we see Neo closing up. I don't think he's going to make a lunge from that far back. You can see all the brakes. They all close up ever slightly more.
Yeah.
Let's see who else making a move.
Let's have a look behind, indeed. I was just about to say, drop you had a little think about it. What about Tom or any of the guys in this train for 9th place? I don't think so.
Oh, Mercedes.
Mercedes on the inside of Rashant.
And he takes a comeback.
And Flynn actually set the fastest lap of the race that time, so he's still matching the pace, but it just shows you how fast these guys are going. They're setting fastest laps, and they're still really, really close together. Just see Tom and Trix having a little fight there. I think Tom just got past him. But yeah, it looks like on in the top as the guys are pulling away half a second per lap from Jake, who leads the best of the rest in 4th place.
Yeah, then we got Jeddah, Mercedes, and Rez, who just continuing to scrap away with each other. There is Goody there getting a little bit too getting a little bit too close to the rear end of Dutch Trex for his comfort. He doesn't want to trek over too much as they're coming toward the first round of pit stops in the next 4 laps.
I think we're going to keep an eye on the lead battle because Matt Tibos, he's right up on the chuff of the Force India. We can still call it a Force India because it's still 2018 in this game. So we'll see Matt Tibos. Look at him covering the inside. Matt Tibos will get the toe, and Neo's going to have the benefit of a double toe. You can see the Force India's got some decent pace in that straight line, and it doesn't look like Matt Tibos is gaining at all. However, Neo, he's the opposite. He's gaining massively, and look how much he closes up on the brakes. But again, Matt will have another think about it as we come the main straight to begin lap 8, and looks like Funade's tried the move, but didn't work out for him.
That was a bit too close to comfort there. He locked up massively into the hairpin and went straight on. How he managed to get it turned instant, I honestly do not know. But they're getting a bit too close to comfort. Top two are getting a bit too close to comfort. So top three, as I think Flynn and Matt just had ever so slight contact there, because I saw the Racing Point or Force India, whichever way you want to call it, in this current year, sliding ever so more. Tibos trying to close up, and these guys battle too much. Neo's just sitting behind him. We got the other car of Bottle, who's now always 4 or 5 seconds off the pace. He's dropping back, and he's still battling with X-Fun Dade further down the back of that as well.
Yeah, this battle up front. Oh, Flynn's got a bit deep there. I think Tibos will have a run on him through this corner, but I think it's better for him to just wait. He'll have to just wait for the DRS. It's better because it's the closest he's ever been. Right here, Flynn again with a lockup. He's really struggling with the tyres. Here comes the DRS detection. It's all about this run out of the right-hander. Flynn always gets a better run. Tibos was a little bit tentative on the throttle there, and Neo might have if he gets a run, could potentially think about it. And you see Flynn gaining on the straight. But let's see, can Tibos even do it with the slipstream? Can he think about a move on the inside? He's going to have to cover. Flynn's going to move to the inside. Quite, he defends the middle of the track, and Neo gets right up behind him. Tibos with the run on the way out of the corner, on the outside line. Can he get it? Flynn's going to defend the inside to try and cover it, but that will compromise his exit once again. DRS for Matt Tibos as they run up the hill. Surely this is going to be the move this time. Flynn defends the inside. Tibos to the outside of turn 1. Can he get it done? Sweeping around the outside, going to have to cut back to the inside. Can he get it done? He's right there, almost touching, but he still can't get it. Brilliant defending from Flynn.
Brilliant defending, great driving. Somehow all of that, they did touch again to turn 1. They're pushing it so hard that any moment one of these cars are going to go boom and they're going to fly up into wall. Flynn there is getting rather hold up there as Tibos getting stopped behind. So I said the other way around. Tibos getting held up a little bit more. He tried to make dummy up the inside into the hairpin again. Still can't do it. He's going to have to dummy him somewhere around the circuit or try somewhere else. But DRS on the circuit. Powerful. Flynn has got a brilliant straight line speed in that car, but he seems to be lacking downforce, so he's definitely got a low drag run. Again, Tibos, if he can get himself within 2 tenths, he'll have a real opportunity as he is rather pushing that Force India through the corner. Wants a bit of BWT himself.
Yeah, better run from Tibos this time.
Here again, good exit. Let's see, down the straight. Here we go. DRS is active. Look behind. We got a Mercedes closing up as well. Here we go. Flynn will have to cover him this time. Let's see, Tibos, who's got the inside. He's going to give him the space this time. He locks up. Still can't do it. Nudges him around a little bit. And here all of a sudden comes a Mercedes. Trying on the exit. Yeah, I think a bit of damage as well for the Mercedes.
Flynn in.
Yeah. So that 9, around about when we thought they could come in, has that Mercedes picked up any damage there?
I saw some stuff. Yeah, picked up a small bit of damage from. Where's Flynn gonna come out? He's onto the medium tires. He'll be on his way out now. He's gonna drop right to the back by the looks of it. Almost right to the back.
Will be ahead of Onyx by a comfortable mile, of course. He's rather out of the contention for points, sorry, so far, but let's see what he can do later on. He should go to the end on his tyres, though, if he can manage. It'll be a long strategy, to be fair.
Yeah, he'll have to do 19 laps on the set of the medium tyres, and goody just about came out of Onyx, but Onyx trying to slip it up the inside. He's on cold tyres now, so nice little fight here as Onyx tries to come back around the outside, still side by side. This is for last position. Onyx is out of sync in this Grand Prix, as I said, and he slips it up the inside. Goody's still there on the outside, still fighting. He's on fresh tyres, and Onyx gets through right there. But Matt Tibos is going to have to be pushing like hell on this lap to try and get out in front of Flynn.
Well, where is Flynn? He's got clean air. The nearest car to him is his teammate, ironically, of Spaghetti. So he will probably come in probably this lap or next lap. Looks a bit of damage for the Force India on the front right end plate as well. So struggling. Nike, by the way, if you disconnected just a few moments ago. Yeah, Tibos in. Ollie getting past Mercedes. Yeah, in the Red Bull. Top 2 though. In top 3. No, as Bob stays out.
So yeah, Jake is going to stay out because that would have been a double stack for the Mercedes. which they did manage in real life, but let's keep an eye. We need to keep an eye on where Flynn is on the track. He's going through the last corner.
Wing.
And we got a yellow flag in Sector 3 for something. I don't know, I think it might be just probably a glitch, but where's Flynn? He's coming down the main straight. Where is that Ferrari? He's just gonna... Matt Tibbs is gonna get him, is he? Oh, they're side by side on the way through turn 1. Where is there? Are they gonna come out? I have to try and flick to them. It looks like Flynn's gonna just get Matt Tibbs on the inside, but Flynn's just got the job done.
Beautiful driving there from Flynn. He perfected that to, well, brilliant stuff. Somehow, though, the overcut worked. Now, Neo right down. He's behind Jochen because of that pit stop now. Changing the front wing. So Bottle should come out relatively close to this battle still. So exciting to see where they come out. Bottle might legitimately jump his teammate all of a sudden. So that'll be a surprise. Flynn, though, somehow out of that, managed to come ahead. Nearest car to him will be Justin. I think he's got back in the session, possibly. I'm not sure if that's still the AI version. Yeah. Either way, it seems to be going at it rather slowly.
Yeah.
Up the front, we've got Murdoch and Drop G just to cut over you soon temporarily. Up the inside goes the Haas. Gets the position through on the exit line. That's it. Good exit again from the Toro Rosso. I believe these guys will all come in.
Top two are in. Oh, there's contact. There's contact. The Haas is around in the last corner. Just keeps it out of the wall. But that's a real disaster for him. Poor Will was on a good run there, but he's going to have to miss the pit lane. That seemed like a very odd accident.
It's almost like 2009, if you remember. I think it was the Toyota is going over Kubic's car. I think it might have been Glock going over the back or the other way around. I'm not too certain on that one, but I remember.
I think you're right. I think Jake has jumped his teammate thanks to the wing change. He has. Yeah. So Jake is now in third place in this race.
Technicality, illegal fun aid ahead of them there.
No,
but
yeah, actually, Joachim is he's on the same strategy. He's fighting for a podium now.
Yeah, incredible pace. By the way, I was saying, by the way, Murdoch wasn't coming in the pit lane. He braked extremely early, not expecting. I think as it. Who crashed into him there was expecting him to come in the pit lane. Unfortunately for him, poor old Murdoch just didn't come in. He turned, he braked, and with that pit lane zoom, it's almost like Canada, where the racing line almost kind of transcends to it.
Yeah, indeed it does.
You get caught out on the braking, unfortunately. I think it was the Toro Rosso potentially just got caught out and all of that.
Yeah, but Joachim. He's trying to slip it up the inside of Jake, and he has done so, and I think he will have the DRS as well, because he was behind in the detection point. So they're side by side down the straight. Watch the Williams get the jump. Actually, excuse me, it's actually Jake who has the DRS. They both have DRS, however, it looks like Jake's had a DRS failure. So he comes back to the outside. There's contact with the tyres. Paco's into the pit lane, and he's completely out of sync in this race, unfortunately.
Top
and he's
two doing incredibly good lap times, matching each other there to the thousands nearly. Here we go then, DRS activated, here we go, inside line, almost touched the wall there, my goodness, up the inside goes the Mercedes. Can he get past that Williams? They almost ended up in an aeroplane accident there. That's rather a reversal of Hungary. Up the inside goes the Merc. Contact on the exit. Now here comes the Williams on the exit. Can he get the speed? More contact on the exit. Now his teammates on Neo just sitting back. He's probably wondering, what are they doing? They're going to take each other off. They're not careful. Bottle's going to cover him. Here goes. A bit more contact nearly on the exit as Neo tries to make a move there, but somehow Jochen did end up putting that other car of Bottle in the wall. That was almost glass shattering. But brilliant driving between all two of the drivers. The third one there, Neo, he should get past now. Ozone is going to be very slow on this straight now if he's not got DRS. If I was Bottle, I'd be kind of trying to hold up Jochen ever so slightly. Allow your teammate to close up, but this is ILR. The team game may be one thing, but the Drivers' Championship is another. Here we go, DRS activated. Is Neo close enough to make a run, especially how quick he's been down the straight? Is he going to try and make a lunge from this far back? I don't think so. Now a bit too far back. Don't lock up there for Jochen. Gets the exit speed low, and let's see, outside line. Flynn fast as that as well. So those two battling away up front. tries on the outside, can't do it. This is the same position though as last time he got through. He'll cover very aggressively inside, force him to go to the outside. Now this is what Ozone wanted Neo, wanted his teammate to do. But
around the outside, can you get it?
Can't do it. Around the inside here, if you can keep it. Can't do it, like.
Yeah, just
that.
I just seen Tom set the fastest lap of the race. He's in 10th place. So he's trying to catch up to Neo, and Neo's just almost got... This is kind of ruining his race. He's stuck behind these guys. That wing change really cost him, because he's now stuck in the traffic. But it's currently... I think your top three at the moment are Flynn, Matt Tibos, and Funaid. With Jake kind of sticking in about a second behind the Alpha, so the battle for the podium is pretty much on. But the top three have all yet to stop. 13 laps into this race, well, they've done 13 laps on that set of tyres, so Flynn needs to make short work of these guys.
Yeah, he's got Mercedes. I expect these guys probably stay out maybe 1-2 laps and chuck on a set of soft tyres. Leader locks up heavily in the braking zone there. You can see the puff of smoke. So we believe these guys will come in within the next 3 laps.
Yeah, you can see
most
Flynn,
likely. So
you can see Flynn's right stuck behind set of Mercedes, and as I said, that Ollie is in. From second place, and Neo is making the move on Joachim up the inside of the hairpin, and nice and cleanly done.
Yeah, no prisoners left. Flynn gets past the Red Bull.
He's off the road. He's off the road.
A bit of lag. There's a bit of lag there. I think the front wing's almost completely gone. Flynn there, rather cut in front. The Red Bull lagged back and then lagged forward there. So. Bit interesting there, and now all of a sudden Matt Tibos, this is where he should have been closer to getting, and look, all of a sudden he's let him through. Yeah, as the Mercedes lets Tibos through, but Elijah Flynn has
and he's within DRS range now. Interesting.
Now that is very interesting. Oh, I think Jochen again hits the back of Neo, so Jochen's still pushing on rather heavily there. He's weighing up the situation. And let's see what he can do now. Like, now he's got his teammate, then he's got I think Funaid, who's yet to stop, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's on the same strategy as everybody else. He's in a net P3.
Where did he come from then? That is incredible pace from him.
He
jumped now to P2.
He jumped Jake in the stops, that's how he did it. But now Matt Tibos, with the help of Zeta Mercedes, whether intentional or not, has got the DRS.
Indeed, a bit too far back still, though. He may be...
Sector 2, we got a problem. Looks like Rishant. Yeah, it's McLaren.
Yeah.
And he's out.
And he's out.
Third retirement.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone off then. That must be gone on the curb and spun the car. And hasn't done any damage to the McLaren, so he's just rather given up. Oh, he got Onyx off as well. He's gone off down into that into the long right-hander. Easy to do on that banking, almost, sorry to say. Not really many corners in F1 have a banking, do they, Soup? And that's one that really stresses the tyres. As in comes out on Mercedes and Dutch Tricks.
Yeah, they'll be on the soft tyres, so they'll be quick in the in this late part of the race. So Paco, he's kind of recovered a little bit. We've just seen Dropia going side by side with Dutch Tricks just out of the pit lane. Dropia's up the inside of that corner. Looks like, I think, is Onyx off again? Yeah, he is. Last corner. He's done a Giovinazzi. Right there.
There he's Grosjean almost right to say Axler, he's going off there, right clear in the Haas, and doesn't really look like he's got any grip anymore.
Yeah, tyres have overheated. And looks like Dutch Tricks is trying a really brave move up the inside of the left-hander, and he does get it done. Sector 1, that's probably... Inside. Is that Onyx again? Yes, it is. He's off in turn 1. Tyres are overheated, so there's going to be no grip in the tyres now.
Yeah, we'll have to come in, I imagine, then. So that's his race pretty much over as he again spins the car up in turn 2 and almost flies into the wall. I think Tibos, by the way, started to lose a bit of ground to leader. Flynn's got some incredible pace right now in the Force India. Then we got second. Funaid's in third. He's holding up the 2 Mercedes. I feel Bottle might let Neo through, you know, so a bit of team orders.
It's an early part of the season, not too sure, because Neo, well, it's actually Jake who's leading him in the championship, because remember, Neo DNF last time. So, technically, Jake's got the choice, but I think Neo's probably going to pass him on track anyway with the pace he has. Sector 2, I'm going to guess Onyx is out.
Onyx, yeah, he's hit the wall. I think where he's hit the wall, I do not know, but he's gone off somewhere.
Yeah, well, Flynn looks like he's got some really nice pace on the mediums. However, it depends when they start wearing off, whether he can keep that pace up to take his first win in ILR, which will be, it's always nice to see. Matt Tibos is, as well. Not a winner in ILR. Funaid, not a winner. Neo, not a winner. Joachim, not a winner yet. So there's quite a lot who haven't won. Actually, I think one of the only people who've actually won a race in the top 10 are Paco, Tom, and Jake. As far as I remember, I think Ollie may have won as well.
Yeah, I was about to say. I remember Ollie may have won something. Onyx left the session then, so I don't think you're allowed to do that. I'm not sure.
He's fine. I think you are.
Yeah, well, but he's not. But in this league, of course, ILR, you can. So very good stuff there. Ollie, like,
oh, look at Jake's kind of trying to warm his tires up or something down the straight. Look at him trying to defend. I think he's going to let Neo pass by the looks of it. Yep, backs off.
Yeah, he is. So, like I said, team orders. So I almost collide. Now, I think I know why they're doing that, because they're covering off Jochen, who's still a threat in this race, so I say. And they really want to try and get Funny through. Now, I think if they don't do it, they might switch back again. But for the pace Neo's got, he was pulling rather quickly. Now he's going to try and pull Bottle along with him.
Yeah, because I think Jake has got some decent pace. I think he just needs somebody to follow to help him.
It tends to be like that. I feel like that in when I'm racing as well. I like following the car behind. I don't like being the lead car. My pace definitely increases when I'm behind. Let's see, Neo just about leading his teammates. Like, want to really get a move on though. They don't want to hold each other up because of this. Dirty air is a strong thing in these Formula 1 cars. But either way, we'll see what happens.
So, yeah, everybody in the top 4 are trying to secure their first podiums. Never mind their first wins, their first podiums. So it's kind of a big day for them all. Neo's not yet got one. Funaid's definitely not got one. Matt Tivos not got one in ILR2. And Flynn, he's a newcomer, so he's got nothing to his name, but he's out in front currently. And Paco, the winner from last time out, is all the way down in 8th place. So the championship could swing in his favour.
Yeah, does Trick and Paco are not too far apart, though I say that as there goes the McLaren flying off the road. But he's going to get DRS despite that. So here comes the McLaren on the Renner. Renner will cover to the inside. He won't get through there very easily, but the over speed of that McLaren, incredible. Has he got it through there? On the brakes, yes he has, locks up, does him completely around the outside, and that there is the DRS working in effect perfectly.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Ollie's done extremely well. Remember, he started last, and he's on course. I think he's actually going to be catching Paco very shortly for 9th in this race. So he's doing a really good job there. So,
indeed, incredible stuff. Top 2, 1.8 seconds. Flynn, like you mentioned earlier, pulling away bit by bit. Now, I say that, it's rather stabilised now. Probably at 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, and it's not like Tibos isn't pushing, because he is. But Flynn's managing the gap. And he's doing an excellent job. And Neo's not gaining on Funaid. Jake's really sticking with Neo. As I say that, he nearly goes off the road right there. And Tom's not too far away from these guys right here. He's kind of just putting in the laps behind. Dutch Tricks, actually. He's on for a really good result, I must say. Fresh softs. He should be able to get through these guys very easy. Look how much he's caught Tom, even, in that sector. Oh, dear God, he's gone completely off the road there. Somehow manages to get it back together. He'll have the DRS.
He did that last lap.
Now watch the overspeed. Oh, okay.
Maybe not then.
Okay, and Tom opens the door.
He's still going to come through, either way. just go through, mate. Don't want to get killed by a lagging Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman, so we say, gets easily through with... as poor old Tom almost does a Giovinazzi perfectly there, but that's one way of coming through. Scare the opponent off the road with a bit of lag. And, well, gets through, I suppose. Bottle and Neo still together. You've got to imagine, so that Bottle will be allowed to pass Neo again if Neo can't catch. surely.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine. But fun out DNF last time out. Flynn a DNF last time. Matt Tibos. Yeah, Matt Tibos had a P11 finish last time out, so none of the guys up front have scored any points this season so far.
Yeah, but what a horrible day for Renault right now. I mean, the constructors... Paco, he's rather been left in dust now. He's got Tom ahead of him, who's been rather scared off the road by the quick driving McLaren. Of course, he's on a different tyre, so he's going to be struggling compared to these guys. Behind him, look, Ollie's still there as well, so this could be some real trouble for Tom right now, so couldn't it?
Yeah, it really could. But Ollie, he could be on for about maybe 7th in this race from 20th. So let's see, he's going to have the DRS on Paco. And even with the DRS, look at the overspeed he's got versus the Renault. He's going to have a try on the brakes. I think he might have a try on the brakes. He is going to have a try on the brakes in the hairpin. Paco doesn't defend, tries to get the cut back. Ollie will have the grip on the fresh tyres, and Ollie is through to 9th.
Need an incredible dive on the brakes, gets the move done. So Ollie looks like he's got the pace. Paco's got absolutely none of it. Yep. Right now, so far again, top guys, 7, 8 for 9. That's about what we're looking at right now. Top 2, 2 seconds between each other. Top 3, 6. Then we've got Neo, who hasn't really got the pace right now. He had the pace earlier on, now he hasn't got any because he's dropping back a bit more. His teammate Bottle just sticking with him. They're pulling away from Jochen. Dutch Tricks, who was the car we're kind of watching right now, he's catching incredibly quickly. So if Dutch Tricks has got the pace right now, we've got, what, 7 laps to go. If he's got some serious pace, he's pulled about 2 seconds in the last 3 laps on these guys up ahead. He's closing. We could see a great scrap for the podium still.
Yep, he's almost within DRS of Joachim, and you can just see in the distance, you can just see those Mercedes ahead on the road, fighting for 3rd place technically. So Dutch Tricks are not out of the running at all. So the
need 4 retirements, like
3 retirements actually. There's only 3 registered. I think Rashant's running around as an AI. Is that? Yeah, that's yeah. So 4. Yeah. So
I think Nike disconnected, but he's got back in luckily, so he's still in this race.
Yeah, Matt Tibos I think has resigned himself to finish 2nd because he's not catching, he's not gaining.
Murdoch and Dropsy just had a bit of a battle down the back straight away there. Murdoch now up to P11 after that earlier calamity.
And Dutch Trick's gone for 6th. He's have to come around the outside of turn 1. Oh, that's a lovely move. You can pull that one off around the outside of turn 1. He'll switch to the inside. He's got more grip on the softs. Staying on board with the McLaren, but Joachim shoves him out of road, as he's entitled to do. But Dutch Tricks, he wants to get past as quickly as possible, as Joachim's losing about a second a lap to the guys up ahead.
I think Dutch Trick's going to have to make a dive as soon as he can then. You can see him there, he's trying to trick him, please, want to be careful. Now Ferrari just sitting back. Joachim defended beautifully there, pulled to the inside slightly, in turn to go around the outside, then pulled ever so slightly just to cover him off. So good driving, good defending still. Jochen right now ruining what could be Dutch Trick's perfect result right now of P5 or 4 if he can get through. DRS will be activated on the back straight. So we know Dutch Tricks has got a super speed down that straight. Tom's managed to keep with these guys now because these are battling. You can see how much he is holding up, but I feel Jochen's going to have no pace down the straight, none whatsoever. He's rather weaving. He's weaving. He's not allowed to do that. He's not allowed to have now cover to the inside. He will do so. And that's not to be happy as he covers right across there, and he's going to dive back up the inside. He's rather being a bit careless right now. He's going to squeeze him out of road.
Watch for Tom.
Jochen pushing himself hard and looking to see, banging wheels, banging once, twice. Dutch Trick's not happy. Up the inside he goes. Jochen there has been rather shown the door. He'll have DRS back again, so he'll come straight back at him to the inside. And I don't think that Dutch Tricks is going to be very happy about this.
Oh,
and
there's
bang,
contact.
And now, all of a sudden, the Ferrari just sitting there as well. He's looking up the inside. Thinks better of it. Doesn't want to end up throwing the car off in the wall. And Ozone rather doing a beautiful job right now for his teammate because he's allowing all these cars to catch up again. Here we go. Inside line. Covers him off. Squeezes him to the outside. Round the outside again. He's going to squeeze him. Opens the steering. Pushes him off the road. Being
still
rather...
there. He's still
Still
there.
there.
Slipping up the inside. That's really brave.
Squeeze him wide. Yeah, he squeezes him wide and gets through in the end there. Jochen making no friends in China.
Yeah.
Locks up, and now the Ferrari's coming through.
Yeah.
Up the inside.
There's contact again, but now that has allowed Ollie to get in the fun, as well as Paco. So Ollie's going to be thanking his teammate very, very much for that one. Tom's got a penalty now.
Yeah,
but
getting a penalty there. That's not ideal. So he has to come through in 3 seconds. Ozone, though, overly defensive. You can see here down the straight, you'll see him pull to the inside, right to the inside there. Force the Ferrari to go wide. Now, this will help him because he'll have DRS off the McLaren. The McLaren's kind of helped the Ferrari right now.
Yeah,
to go right around the outside. Let's see if he can do it. Contact.
And watch for
Get the
Ollie
cut back.
With the traction. Tom will have the outside, but he'll have to back off there because he gets squeezed to the grass.
Squeezes him off the road. Jochen there being absolutely as aggressive as you can. You can see they're forcing him there. He's putting him in the wall nearly. What is he doing? Up the inside, he gets another penalty. Contact in turn one. I'm not afraid that Tom's going to just dive right up the inside and squeeze him wide. He'll turn left here and just force him completely wide. Yeah, he does do so. The Ozone runs into the back and tries to force him off.
That was an incredibly brave move from Tom. Jochen shut the door and he's diving back down the inside of Tom again. Contact again. Jochem's on the outside again. Tom's on the inside. He's not going to be able to go around the outside here, surely. Get this door shut firmly in his face. Contact slips back up the inside of turns 7 and 8. Still side by side. Tom bangs wheels with Jochen again.
Squeezing him.
Slipping up the inside.
He's got it though. He's still got this beautiful stop between the pair of them. But look at the time they've lost all of a sudden to the McLaren. He's gone already. And Tom is going to be absolutely livid with this Williams right now, who's being, in my opinion, brilliant driving, but very aggressive stuff indeed. And Tommy was off the road more than twice. He's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. He is helping his teammate. Absolutely the dream right now. Jochen is weaving down the straight more and more. This is a ridiculous amount of weaving. Force him to make the outside move. Contact. Now look at the other Williams. He covers him through, and now there he lets him through straight away then. So Jochen, and now all of a sudden he gets overtaken by the Renault, and now I feel that it won't go.
Whoa,
teammates collide.
And Paco's still side by side with Jochen off the road through the last corner, but it's allowed everybody to close up on these guys. This is the battle for the points right now.
And it's all thanks to Jochen, who's still trying it.
He's hit
Bunches him off the road. This is not touring car, my friend. This is Formula 1. But either way, good racing for us. Luckily, damage isn't as realistic as real life. Otherwise, I feel we might have a few retirements. And look, here goes the Mercedes, the Williams of Ollie up the inside of Tom. Gets the move done. And that there is exactly what Jochen wanted.
Oh! Paco almost took Will with him off the road there. That was very close. But yeah, Will's in the battle all of a sudden. He's come out of nowhere.
It's all because Jochen's hold these guys up so much. You can see he's, it's 7 seconds. He's, well, 2-3 seconds, I said to the McLaren. So that's the amount of time they've been lost battling. And now Jochen's, he's going to drop out of the points, to be honest. Possibly. Tom's got a penalty. So I think Murdoch is legitimately in the points right now because of the penalty that Tom's got rather unfairly. I say one of them might get removed, of course, due to him being forced, rather shoved off the road and down the main straight.
Now, we did say that Neo didn't have the pace. However, that battle's not done yet, is it?
No, they've suddenly called up whilst we were watching these guys. But you keep a look at that ever so slightly. Oh, up the inside there goes Murdoch. Where's that come from? Contact. Murdoch's brother. Where's that come from up the inside? They weren't side by side into the apex. Well, Murdoch's rather to absolutely come out of nowhere, really. The Toro Rosso's in this, so droppy as well. So now we know how defensive Jochen is.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the Ferrari and the Williams up ahead are still fighting with each other.
Yeah. Despite the penalty, I'll keep an eye on 3rd and 4th and 5th as well. So now, it looks to me that Funhead pitted a lot earlier on, by the way, I believe. About 3-4 laps earlier, I'm not too certain, than Neo.
Evil, if you turned on your tyre detail, you'd see exactly how long the tyres have lasted. He pitted one lap earlier than Neo, but himself and Jake are on the same strategy. the oldest tyres at the moment, belong to our race leader.
Yep, 16 whole laps on them there, so they've been going a long while. Meanwhile, Jochen, Will, Ollie, and Tom, and also Paco and Droppy to an extent as well, all battling together. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. Very close together, though they are spreading out more and more as we come into the last 3 laps of this race. It's been beautiful. We've seen contact, drama and everything. I think we might have a few stewards in Ferraris after. Here comes Murdoch trying to make a move up the inside there of the Williams. That's a dive. That's what he did earlier on Paco. Gets the move done. We know, here we go then. Ozone will just drive on back up the inside. We know how good he is at doing that. Force him off the road.
Yeah, it's not really a place to go side by side there, but here we go. Keeping an eye here. And up ahead, they're battling. Yeah. And also the battle for 3rd and 4th has just come to a bloody climax now because they're all together.
Indeed, it's beautiful stuff. I'm absolutely loving this here in ILR2. I miss commentating in this league. This is always fun to see. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars still battling together. I think we're going to see more of a drama before the end of this race. Here is Neo up in P4. He's catching more and more. His teammates are sitting there as well. Oh, and Wilware was just completely forced off the road, I think, there by Jochen. And all of a sudden, Paco's come back at him. These 3 drivers are definitely going at it, and I think one of them's going to end up out of this race, Soup.
Yeah, I think so. Paco needs to stay in the back of this train because he wants to keep his championship lead intact. And this battle right here, we're all going to go to the final lap. Because we're about to start the final lap.
DRS activated down this main straight. I think you'll see Ozone here. Jochen, he'll weave ever so slightly. Is he going to cover the line now? He's going to just cover the inside line. So I think he's known we're watching him. Here we go then. There isn't really any opportunity to come up the inside. We'll force him to go to the outside. Jochen will just squeeze him out of road there. He'll just run him out completely off the road.
Look for Paco.
He can't do so. Paco will get through. One car will now be squeezed off as Jochen will cover completely off the road. Oh, no, he's not, because all of a sudden, Will there gives him a bit of a payback and just nudges him off the road. And, well, penalty-wise, that's a bit naughty. You'll see him weaving. Let's see. He'll completely off the road again.
Almost there.
Hold it. Oh, no, Paco's gone. Around the outside goes Droppo. He does 1 car. He might do 2. This is all because of Jochen right now. He's holding him up beautifully here.
Need to keep an eye on the battle for 3rd as well, which is about to, I think, end as they come down the back straight. Let's see if, well, it looks like Will's making the move. They're trying to get past Jochen again. Runs him out of road.
Again turns left into the car there, and he's trying every trick in the book to hold him off there, but nothing he can do. Murdoch will squeeze him wide as much as he can then. Gets the job done as Jochen runs into the back and gets lost again. Round the outside, he'll squeeze him off as well.
Yeah, now keep an eye on the battle for 3rd. They're going down the back straight now, and Neo might have him here. Coming down to the hairpin. Is he close enough? I don't know if he is. Funnits already knows he needs to defend. I don't think Neo's close. He's going to have to try a last-minute dive bomb if he wants this one. Comes towards the hairpin. He's going for it down the inside for the 3rd place. Can he get it stopped? Flynn has won the Chinese Grand Prix, by the way. Neo's got ahead, but they're 3 abreast in the last corner. He lets it back through. Jake is fighting with him through the last corner. They're side by side, the Mercedes and the Alpha, but the Alpha holds on for 3rd place. What a finish between those guys. Dutch Tricks comes through for 6th place in this race. Ollie from 20th to 7th in this race. Tom across the line in 8th. Jochen side by side with Will coming to the line. That was close as well. Paco gets 9th place. Look at all the penalties. Tom's dropped out of the points with all the penalties. Lenny comes across
11th.
Lenny was 14th, just ahead. Well, actually, Goody jumped him with the penalties. And Nick will be the last person to cross the line.
What has happened to Will, by the way? As well, that's not the penalty he got. He must have got a mega penalty.
10 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds in the early part of the race. Nick across the line.
Almost.
For 16th. Oh my god, what a finish.
Wow. That is ILR in a nutshell. Carnage, drama, explosions, and everything. But out of all of this, Flynn wins this race. And his first time ever.
Yeah.
The Dutchman. It's a Dutch podium as well.
And Matt Tibos as well.
I'm lost for words.
Yeah. So their first points and their first podiums. Well done to Flynn. His very, very first win in ILR, and he will take second in the championship. So nice job to him. Paco still retains the lead. Matt Tibos, a brilliant podium, I must say, for that. And third place to Funhead, just about held off Jake by a tenth of a second across the line. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And an incredible way to round off the Chinese Grand Prix. There you have it then. Confirmation of results. Flynn wins this race for his very first win. Pole to the win, easily done. Matt Tibos P2 from fourth on the grid. Funhead managed to hold on from Jake by a tenth of a second. Neo let them both through in the end, and he takes fifth. Dutch Tricks P6, and Ollie with a brilliant drive from the back of the grid to seventh. Dropia P18. Paco managed to grab 2 points out of all of that, and Zeno Mercedes in P10. You can see the top 10, no penalties at all. Tom outside the points in P11, Joachim in P12, Goody in P13, Lenny in P14, Will in P15, Nick in P16, and Rishant, of course, was running around as an AI, but we have 3 non-finishers from this race. That'll be Onyx, Plexit, and Jaketex. So that will do it for today. That is the end of the Chinese Grand Prix, the end of round 2. It's still Paco's championship. However, there's not too many points in it now. So we're heading to a different track. We're not following the exact calendar, but we are going to Bahrain next time out, where we should see some excellent racing. Of course, an 11 race season this season, as we run up towards the release of F1 2019. Evil, thanks very much for joining me. We will, of course, see you all next week for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Join us then, same time next week, 7 p.m. for ILR2. We'll see you then. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Good.